Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Now with GMS El Paso. Welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash. Also, I would like to give double honors to the head apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all sincere Akim. Keep believing and keep the faith, regardless of whether they hear or whether they forbear. Today, I'll be taking my lesson from Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, and we're just going to be speaking just out of that chapter, just a little something to feed the sheep, because the Lord gave us a commandment to feed the sheep. All right. So you know that there's a scripture in Psalms 23rd chapter, and it says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul." All right. So this is what we're going to talk about here. Those few verses there in Psalms where David was speaking about the Lord being his shepherd. All right. And so the Lord has given us, those of us who are carrying this word, a commandment to feed his sheep. All right. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit here in Deuteronomy 30th chapter. And it reads, "And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy God, Yahweh, have driven thee." All right. And then it says, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul. All right. So there you have it. So the Lord is setting out among the sheep a blessing and a curse. Okay. So the Lord is commanding us to do his will and to be obedient to the commandments that were written in the books of the Holy Scriptures. And then it says in the third verse that then the Lord, thy God, that's Yahweh, our power, the God of Israel, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. So the Lord, he scattered Israel throughout the whole four corners of the earth, with some of us living in different countries all over the world. Some of you are in Mexico. Some of you are in England, Peru, all over the world. Different places in South America. Just a little bit of everywhere all over the world who are part of Great Millstone. You know where you are, Puerto Rico and everywhere. So the Lord have scattered you all over the earth, and you're hearing this gospel, and you're the sheep that I'm reaching out to. And it says, "If any of thine be driven out unto the uttermost part of the heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee." All right, so the Lord has driven you out, and you're all over everywhere. "And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers." So the Lord said, "I'm going to bless you. All right, if you can keep my commandments." So that's what this lesson's all about, is admonishing you to keep the commandments. All right, because we know that the Lord scattered us throughout all the earth. You can read about that in the 83rd chapter of Psalms. You can go in there and read it, how that all the nations came against Israel and scattered Israel, just like it says here in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter. And then it says, and the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of the seed to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart. So the Lord said, I'm going to circumcise your heart, put my spirit in your mind, see, and the heart of thy seed. So in that case, these promises were given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we're of that seed line of this father of faith. All right, and then it says to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. So if you want to live, then you want to keep his commandments. All right. So you can choose life, or you can choose death. Now you can live in sin and you're choosing death. See, that's the blessings and the curse on mankind. You can either be obedient or you can be disobedient to the Lord. But you choose which one you're going to do. Do you want to live forever or do you want to die? All right. The Lord is sending out his judgment every day. All right. And people, if you read the news, the Lord's taking folks out of here. We saw that happen recently, where people were killed in these fires out there in Los Angeles. And the Lord's bringing judgment all over the earth, not just there, but all over the earth. And people are leaving this world. So we want to live, because we don't never know when the Lord going to put us in our lot until the end of the world, when he establish us and give us a new heavens and a new earth. But the Lord, he has he's got things set on a time, on a schedule. All right. So we don't know if we're going to live to see Yahweh Shai break the skies or not and redeem us. But if we're living holy in righteousness and doing these commandments, then we know that we'll live forever and we'll rule and reign with him. All right, because that's the part of either I'm going to give you a curse that I'm going to set before you, or I'm going to also put a blessing before you. All right, and then it says in the 7th verse, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. See, so the Lord said, if you serve me, I'll put all these curses on your enemies. All right, and them that persecute you. And the Lord, we're seeing him doing that because many people are waking up to who they are, that they are Israel, and they're returning back to the Lord, and they're all over the streets of here in the United States of America, where the majority of was scattered at, right? Because they're waking up and realizing that their heritage had been hidden from them, that Lord purposely hid his face from Israel for a time. Okay, but now he's redeeming us, and he's looking for righteousness, and he's given this commandment to those who are of you who are carrying the word and blowing the trumpet, that you go out there and tell them what they're supposed to be doing. Don't get caught up in this money scheme that Satan is bringing out in these different organizations up under these 501Cs and folks, having these services so they can collect all this money so they can live well off that money. See, the Lord wants you to put this first. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about this book. All right, you see what it says, the Holy Bible. All right, and then it says here in the 8th verse, thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of the body, in the fruit of the cattle, and the fruit of thy land, for good. For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. See, because the Lord, he rejoiced over Abraham, over his faithfulness. And so that's what the Lord is looking for in us and our seed line as well. So you should be producing some seed line. You should be teaching this to your children. Now, what should you be teaching your? What did the Lord tell the children to do? He told the children to honor your mother and your father. All right, so let's do that, children. Be obedient to your parents. All right, don't act up and talk back. Have respect for your parents, and the Lord will give you a long life. All right, because that's what's written here, that if you be obedient to your parents, then the Lord said he's going to bless you. Likewise with the women, that you honor your husbands as the head of the home. All right, the Lord put you to serve your husbands, okay? And your husbands have to serve the Lord, see? So the Lord has a hierarchy set up in this kingdom where the husband has to report to the apostles and the bishops and so forth. All right, and they report to Yahweh Shai. You know, we all report to Yahweh Shai. And then Yahweh Shai, he makes intercession for us to the Father, Yahweh. See, so in the children, you're up under mom and dad. See, that's the way that works. So we all have a hierarchy. You got Yahweh up top, you got Yahweh Shai, all right, and then you have your apostles and leaders in the church, and then you have the husbands and the wives, and then the little children. See, that's the hierarchy that the Lord has set up. All right, we all have to report to someone. Even Yahweh Shai, who is the head of all things created, has to report to Yahweh. All right, that's the way the Lord set it up. Everybody reports to someone, and to the higher power being Yahweh. All right, and that's how we do things indecent and in order. All right, and women, you got to get away from this taking advantage of your men. You know, because this society allows you to, with this women's liberation and all of that, don't get caught up in that. That's wicked. That's this devil, Esau, setting up his system against the word so he can destroy your homes and destroy your children. See, because this devil is always devising wickedness and evil. The Lord created him to do that, and that's what he's going to do. All right, he's sitting on the left side of the throne. You don't want to follow the ways of the world. Follow what the Lord is telling you in this book. That's what's going to make a difference for you. And that's where you're going to have exceedingly great riches, blessings, and life forever. See, Satan, he can't give you life forever. He's cutting you off when you're living in sin. You're being cut short. And you're missing your blessings that the Lord has purposed to give you through disobedience. So we should always keep in mind to be obedient to the Lord. All right. And then it says, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. So the Lord say, it's not far off the blessings that I'm going to give you. In my Father's house, there are many mansions. See, so the Lord, he want to give you a greater blessing than what your eyes and your mind can perceive. But you have to have faith in order to serve the Lord and see it. See, that's how all the apostles walked. They walked by faith. All right. That's how all the prophets walked. That's how Yahweh Shai walked on the earth. Okay. Doing everything by faith. Okay. You have to have that. And you need to teach that to your children. Teach it to your grandmama, your uncles, your aunts. Get them straightened out so you let them know where you stand. All right. And they'll listen if you talk to them about it. And then it says in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter and the 12th verse, it is not in heaven that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth and in thine heart, your heart being your mind, that thou mayest do it. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. So choose life and goodness. See, choose that. Don't be evil and choose death. Only a ignorant person would do that. The Holy Scriptures say that my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So we are feeding you with this knowledge for you to be obedient to the Lord and to do his will. And you know his will is. All right, you know, I just told you. All right, wives, just told you to serve your husbands. All right, husband, love your wives. Children, be obedient. All right, so these are the things that you need to be doing in the home. See, because you can't do this work if your home isn't straight. Straighten out your home first. Make sure they're getting in line with this word. All right, be careful about who you are getting tying yourself to. Don't tie yourself to this world. Look for the Lord and ask the Lord to bless you. If you're single, young people, to bless you with a holy wife and a holy husband. The Lord, he'll open some doors, see. But you got to seek the Lord, you know. You can't just sit there in the house all day in your house coat looking at television. Get up there and go get involved in the Lord's work. Go over there to Great Millstone. They're all over the country. And get into this word and get on these videos and listen and learn so the Lord can enlarge your minds in holiness and in righteousness. All right. And then it says in the 16th verse, Deuteronomy 30 and 16, in that I command thee this day to love Yahweh, to walk in his ways and keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord Yahweh shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. So the Lord will give you the possession of everything, because all of it was created by him and for him. All right, the Lord created this whole world, the beauty, all these beautiful colors and everything for the beauty of the universe. All right, but this devil, he wants to say, oh, well, I'm red or white or whatever he want to call himself, and put himself to be above everyone else. See, that's wicked. That's the wickedness that's in this devil's heart. But the Lord put that wickedness in his heart. Okay, because the Lord said, the Lord, do all these things. See, if there be good in the city, have not I done it? And if there be evil in the city, have not I done it? I, the Lord, create the light and I create darkness. I create evil and I create good. So we want to be in the light. All right, we want to be in the good. And we want to live. That's how we do. That's the purpose of why we do what we do. serving the Lord, keeping his commandments, statutes, judgments, and so forth. And then it says in the 17th verse, Deuteronomy 30 and 17, but if thy heart turn away so that thou wilt not hear, but should be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, see, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall utterly perish. So don't be careful about who you align yourself with, even your friends, okay? Because your friends and these wild women and these guys walking around acting like men with men and women with women and all this wickedness, see, then the Lord say you will surely perish for that. So friendship with the world is enmity with the Lord. All right, you can't drink of the cup of the Lord and drink of the cup of the devil at the same time. Neither can you sit at the table of the Lord and at the table of devils at the same time. All right, choose life or choose death. Which one do you want? You should have some common sense. You should ask yourself, which one do I want? Do I want life or do I want death? All right. Now make up your mind about what you're going to do. All right. And then it says in the 18th verse, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over to go to possess it. All right. So the Lord said the Lord wants to put you back in a land that flows with milk and honey. But now we're living up under some curses being here in the United States of America. But if you hold on to this faith and do what he tell you, the Lord can raise you up and give it all back to you. When he promised to do that, you have to have faith and believe that. That's what all these apostles and prophets, that's what all they have been doing from the beginning of time. And they believe that, and they serve the Lord based off their belief that Yahweh will do what he says he's going to do. All right. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So the Lord say, choose life. So you and your children will live, right? Husband and wives choose life. That thou mayest love the Lord Yahweh, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. And that's beautiful. That's that faith. That's that lineage all the way from Abraham all the way to Jesse and David, the tabernacle of David, all the way to Yahweh Shai when he came on the earth. All right, so we're in a great lineage. Let's be proud of what we have and happy in what we have. And let's be serving the Lord in what we have. Because we have a Lord, Yahweh, who created all the heavens and the earth and everything in it. All right, there's nothing that you see or hear about when you hear these devils talking about, oh, we created AI and we created all of this. And they haven't created anything. The Lord's created all of that. The Holy Scripture say in the last days, knowledge shall increase. So the Lord's giving them a little knowledge here and there. All this is, the Lord already knew this before he created it. See, but they think they smart, but they're really ignorant. See, they don't want to serve the Lord. They want to be involved in all this Satan worship and being a witch and being, walking around all proud, or I'm better than you because I got $1 million and all that kind of ignorant wickedness. That's because they're lacking knowledge. They're what you call, what I call a dumb hoe. Okay, that's what they are. They're a dumb hoe. All right, now we're going to stop there and let's be a beautiful bride to the Lord. All right, don't be a dumb hoe. All right, we're going to stop there. Again, we're going to go ahead on and give honor and glory to our power, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Be holy and live forever. Shalom.